Is the idea to assign these all to, paving? The paving, all right.
Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday, February 18th, or 9:01 to be specific. It looks like no more bids are going to be accepted at this point on. Nancy, can you go ahead and take the roll call?
Actually, Maria Lucia is going to take the roll call today. She's training.
Thank you. Good morning. All the members are present in the council chambers. Andy Jones,
Present?
Rose Rivera, I'm sorry,
Present.
Ron Davis.
Present.
We have Mike Macklin and Carlos Arce absent, but we have a quorum. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
No amendments. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Bids. Bid number 25-06, ADA funded curb ramp replacement.
Okay, first one.
I've got a proof of publication for that one, published in the Elkhart Truth on February 1st and February 8th of 2025.
Like the first one here, C&E Excavating.
Okay, so I have a certified bid summary form with a base bid of $339,825 from C&E Excavating, Inc.
Next is Almac Soda Beer.
Okay, I have a certified bid summary form from Almac Soda Beer in the amount, with a base bid in the amount of $209,951.38.
Reith Riley.
Okay, I have a certified bid summary form from Reith Riley Construction Company, Inc. in the amount of $359,031.
Premium Concrete.
I have a certified bid summary form from Premium Concrete Services in the amount of $297,850.
Selge Construction.
I have a certified bid summary form from Selge Construction Company, Inc. in the amount of $355,685.
Stone.
I have a certified bid summary form from Milestone Contractors LP in the amount of $367,250.
Looks like TX Concrete.
Okay, this one doesn't appear to have a certified bid summary form. Okay, this one appears it has a proposed contract price for $242,200, and this appears to be from TX Concrete. Okay, I will entertain a motion to assign to staff for staff to report back at the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, bid number 25-07 for street department resurfacing curb ramp. I have notice of publication in the Elkhart Truth for February 1st and February 8th of 2025.
Okay. Looks like
Okay, I have a certified bid summary form from Almac Sodabear in the amount of, base bid in the amount of $307,648.87.
Reith Riley.
I have a certified bid summary form from Reith Riley Construction Company, Inc. in the amount, base bid in the amount of $580,317.
Premium Concrete.
A certified bid summary form from Premium Concrete Services with a base bid in the amount of $438,250. I have a certified bid summary form from Selge Construction Company, Inc. in the amount of $502,300.
And the last one here is from Milestone.
A certified bid summary form from Milestone Contractors LP with a base bid in the amount of $576,250. At this time, I would entertain a motion to assign to staff to review and report back at the next meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same. Aye? Did I hear an aye?
Aye. Sorry.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so we're on to bid number 2508, Contract Paving Project 1. I have notice of publication published in the Elkhart Truth on February 1 and February 8 of 2025.
Looks like the first one here is from Niblock.
Okay. Okay, certified bid summary form from Niblock Excavating with a base bid in the amount of $882,083.20.
Reith Riley.
Okay, I have a certified bid summary form from Riley Construction Company, and that is with a base bid in the amount of $637,313.70.
Last one is Milestone.
Certified bid summary form from Milestone Contractors LP with a base bid in the amount of $726,390.20. At this time, I would entertain a motion to assign to staff to review and report back, and if possible, award at the end of the meeting.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the claims and allowance docket.
So moved.
Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve the claims and allowance docket in the amount of $16,368,851.12, consisting of 42 pages printed on February 11th, 2025 at 8:38 a.m.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. How are you doing, Erin?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Erin Coons, Deputy Controller. We have one, there's quite a few on here, but our two bigger ones I'm going to point out. If you have any questions, just let me know. Reith Riley for 2024 grant-funded contract paving projects for $2,145,443.68. Under pre-approved, we have one to NDOT for Bristol Street construction totaling $3,066,350.87. And our total American Rescue Plan claims are $191,595.65 this time.
Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the claims and allowance docket signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the Board of Public Works minutes of Tuesday, February 4, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to remove the parking hour restrictions on the 400 block of Arcade Avenue from March 1, 2025 through August 31, 2025, and direct the staff to post no trucks and no through traffic signs on the block.
So moved.
Second.
Morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Jeff Schaefer, Assistant City Engineer. This particular request originated from Councilman Crabtree and a resident of the 400 block. Councilman Crabtree asked us to inquire about whether the parking hour restrictions are still needed at the 400 block of Arcade Avenue. Those restrictions came into place especially during the construction of the DCO Pavilion a number of years ago, kind of the west wing of the hospital. And at that time, apparently, there were both staff members and contractors that were parking on the 400 block of Arcade Avenue, north of Lawn Avenue. And so the Board of Public Works, and I believe even the council, approved some parking hour restrictions that do not allow parking between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Obviously, that has changed. There's not significant construction going on at the hospital anymore. And since that time, in the late 2010s, the hospital has built 2 additional parking lots, and a section of Lawn Avenue has been vacated. And so I think there were some residents there that asked if those parking hours were still needed. There are some pretty short driveways there. I believe most, if not all, the driveways are only a single car driveway. And so some of the residents, it has become a bit of a hardship to not be in the street from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we sent out letters to all the residents on the block and the property owner. We did get some responses. We got 5 responses, and you'll see in your memo that the responses are mixed. There are people who would prefer that they stay. There are people who would prefer that they go. And we copied the responses in your packet as well, the actual emails that we received. Kind of looking through it, there are definitely some other matters that need to be resolved on that block, and we're already working on that. But our kind of overall opinion was that this is probably something that we could do as a test case through the summer. And so we go ahead and take down the signs through the summer. There is still some concerns about through traffic using Arcade and trucks using Arcade. And so that's why our suggestion is we go ahead and post the no truck sign just as a reminder. I think what we'll find this summer, and we're definitely going to take a lot of feedback from the residents, is if there is parking during the day, there's actually going to be less trucks that might use Arcade because you'll have to be weaving around parked cars. And as we've seen in a lot of places, parking on the street can actually slow traffic down and make it a lot more inconvenient for through traffic. So that's the suggestion we brought to you today. The residents were aware of this meeting, so I don't know if any might be on the WebEx or are here in person, but that's our suggestion based on the feedback is kind of a middle ground approach here of let's run this as a test case through August. Or through July, I should say, or I'm sorry, yes, through August 31st. And then we'll come back to you at the September meeting or the late August meeting, one or the other, and ask you to, kind of make a permanent decision at that point. So that's our recommendation on this, and I can answer any questions you have.
With this time, it would just be a temporary basis that you want to do this?
Yes, this would just be through the end of August. So we would go ahead and take the sign, or we would change out the signs on March 1st. So in a couple weeks, we change out the signs, and we would, again, take down the parking hour restriction, make sure that parking enforcement and the police department are aware of that, leave it in place through the summer, through August 31st, take some feedback in the month of August, and see if the residents believe that this is a better approach, and then come back to you with a final resolution.
Any questions from the board? No. Do we have any questions from anyone in the audience, in the room, or online? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to execute the LPA consulting contract with American Structure Point, Inc. for construction inspection services for the Bristol Street reconstruction and widening project with a fee calculated by the NDOT fee process that is not to exceed $1,246,948.19.
So moved.
Second.
Go ahead.
Jeff Schaefer, Assistant City Engineer. This is the Bristol Street widening project from Jeanwood Drive to Streeter Lane, or County Road 15. This project has been awarded to Reith Riley Construction, and actually the notice to proceed was issued by NDOT yesterday. So this contract is for the construction inspection. Because this is a federally funded project, we have to use a consultant for construction inspection. So this contract covers that work. The work will begin shortly with some utility relocations. NIPSCO has to do a lot of utility relocations, and also some tree clearing will come up here very quickly. So that's what residents will see starting out, and then we'll get into the major work.
Any questions from the board?
Just a question about I know the federal and state contracts. Are those still going to include a clause where a percentage of the work has to be done by a female or minority-owned business? Is that any of that going to change based on what's going on in Washington?
We're not sure yet. Right now, the state actually sets those, the DBE goals. This particular contract had it set at 0%. However, Reith Riley actually is including some DBEs among their subcontractors. So they made a very good faith effort to do that. I'm not sure what the future holds. I think hopefully we'll still require the contractors to do what's called the good faith effort, which is to reach out to the DBEs to involve them in the project. Whether or not there's still requirements is yet to be seen.
Our FAA constructions are, I think it's 8%. So that's a pretty big number.
Was this reviewed by legal?
This is NDOT standard contract, so yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, let's see. I would entertain a motion that we approve the bid documents and grant permission to advertise bid number 25-11, Lerner Theater North Roof Replacement.
So moved.
Second.
Very briefly, this is a contract to basically do what it says. The north roof of the Lerner Theater in the original design, there were some things that were taken out of the contract to save some money that unfortunately have led to a quicker deterioration in the roof than we would have preferred. So this project will take it back down to what we call the roof deck, which is the steel deck, and build the roof back up. And the way the roof will be built back up is multiple layers, including some rigid foam insulation, and most importantly, a cover board. That's what the roof was lacking the first time, was a cover board, which has resulted in some damage. So we are not going to build it the same way. We're going to build it better this time, so we aren't replacing this roof again so soon. This is basically the roof over the Crystal Ballroom, the north side of the theater. Fortunately, the roof over the main theater itself is still in very good shape. There is a representative from DLZ here if you have any questions. This is funded by a council appropriation specifically for the project. Then after the bids are taken, we'll go back to the council for additional funding.
Any questions from the board?
When obviously, when will the work be done?
This summer. Our expectation is this project will move very quickly, barring very, very unforeseen weather delays.
It's leaking now? Is it leaking?
I think there are some leaks. Also, based on our inspection, there are a lot of repairs that were not done very well. So, and yes, there have been some leaks. So it's to the point it can't be repaired anymore and it needs to be replaced.
What was the investment again for the new roof? Do you remember? It was a big number, I know.
I don't recall off the top of my head, no, sir.
Any other questions from the board?
Hi, everyone. Tori Irwin, Public Works Director. I just want to note that the city did not fund or build the roof during the renovation. We had no part in the removal or change of the design of the roof. And so that work was all under the nonprofit that restored the Lerner. So.
Any questions for Tori? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, so next I would entertain a motion to approve change order number 1 and final for bid number 24-14, 2024 contract paving project, increasing the contract value by $5,637.90, resulting in a contract price of $2,350,495.44.
So moved.
Second.
This is just a change in final quantities. We actually got more pavement out of this than we originally had budgeted, but we were able to remove some items mostly related to striping. As you might have been aware, there were some issues on West Beardsley Avenue on this contract. We've worked with Reith Riley extensively to resolve that and make sure that doesn't happen in the future related to striping. So this is the change order resulting from our discussions with Reith Riley on that matter.
Thank you, Jeff. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This time, I would entertain a motion to ratify partial payment request SRF number 79 from SRF loan WW182620004 in the amount of I would entertain a motion to remove from the table Elkhart WW wastewater treatment project capacity upgrades phase 2 QA 7634. Ratify partial payment request to number 70 SRF number 79 to Bowen Engineering Corporation.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, now I would entertain a motion to ratify partial payment request.
It's still not ready. We just still need to do a change order before that one gets done, before that gets ratified, so. I didn't want it removed, no.
Okay. Okay, so what, okay, I would entertain a motion to retable partial payment request.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, SRF number 79. Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And we're going ahead with number 19 here? Yes, okay.
Yes.
So at this time, I would entertain a motion to ratify partial payment request. And, okay, so on the agenda, it says 19.
It is number 20.
It is number 20, okay.
Yes.
Partial payment request number 20 in the amount of $43,469 to C&E Excavating from SRF Loan WW221620005 for construction on the Oakland Avenue Force Main Phase A project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Wait, hold on, sorry. I'm going ahead of myself. Sorry, please.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's just a normal pay up. I mean, I would have been fine with that. I mean, it's just, we're planning on, this is just for work that they did before they shut down for the year. And yeah, they're planning on starting back up early March. And for this year's project, for Project A, it's going to be from just west of Franklin, west towards the plant, that Indiana's going to be closed, but Franklin will be staying open the entirety of the project this year. So we won't have the same, we'll have some traffic issues, but we won't have the same issues that we had last year.
Okay. Okay, any questions from the board? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, so next we have utilities. I would entertain a motion to approve the water utility monthly report of operations for the month of January 2020. Well, to accept and place on file the water utility monthly report of operations for the month of January 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Do we have anyone here today?
No, Ms. Colo is not here today, so I can answer any questions you have badly.
I don't have any questions. Does anyone have any questions? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I have it.
Okay, so at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the attached change order number 1 to Viking Industrial Painting for the rehab of Benham Water Tower.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. I do not, let's see.
For the record, this is a deduction of $88,116.36.
A deduction, so to decrease the contract price in the amount of $88,116.36.
Yeah, so the original contract price, again, for the record, was $530,100. The new contract price will be $441,983.64.
What changed?
So Jeff Schaefer, Assistant City Engineer for Ms. Colo. Two things. There was a contingency allowed in the contract, an allowance in the contract of $25,000. That was not used. The other $63,000 and change was there were some delays in the project, which unfortunately resulted in the utility having some expenses, and so that was taken out of the contract price. So this is a resolution that we have reached with the contractor and the utility, and we're comfortable with where we've landed.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Okay, all those in favor of approving change order number 1 to Viking Industrial Painting for rehab of Benham Water Tower for a decrease in the amount of $88,116.36 for a total contract price of $441,983.64, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, I would entertain a motion to ratify 1 driveway permit, 1 release of bond, and 4 revocable, I don't know what that is, revocable something. Yard signs?
No permit.
Revocable permit, okay. So, do I hear a motion?
A motion, yes.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor for ratifying 1 driveway permit, 1 release of bond, and 4 revocable permits signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve Commission Assistance Program contract with Indiana Landmarks, and I don't see an amount here. Help out. Good morning, Eric. Oh, wait, hold on. In the amount of $7,250 plus $35 for each member of the commission for membership in Indiana Landmarks. Okay, do I hear a motion in a second? Did we do that already? No, I need a motion.
So moved.
Okay, now we're here.
Good morning, Eric Trotter, Planning Department. This is our annual contract for professional services with Indiana Landmarks. They've been with us for probably close to 25 years. Their staff person prepares the staff reports for the commission, assists with any additional tax credit reviews, as well as anyone who comes to the commission or through Indiana Landmarks for help, regardless of where they live in the community, for assistance and technical assistance for their particular project, whatever that may be. So it's not just limited to the individuals who live in the historic district or districts. It's open to anyone in the community. And every year we typically have a handful of people that take advantage of that. And yeah.
Sounds good. Do we have any questions from the board? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
So I would entertain a motion to approve change order number 1 for bid 24-23, council chamber audio video upgrades, decreasing the bid value by $34,000, resulting in a total bid price of $253,143.76.
So moved.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Patrick Stokes, Assistant IT Director. This is a change order for decreasing the screen size on both walls and removing the carpet removal and replacement of this project. Reduces the project by $34,000 for a new price of $253,143.76.
Any questions from the board? Okay. Any reason for the change in particular?
So the carpet change, there was some discrepancy on what the vendor recommended and what the council wanted to see in the room. So that was removed to meet the council's preference. And then the screen size, we specified a range in the bid. The vendor that won it went with the high end of the range. And when we measured it out, it was just going to be large for the room. We reduced the screen size.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions from the board? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. At this time, I would entertain a request to purchase EZ Liner road marking machine for the traffic department for $401,914. Oh, okay. Okay, through Sourcewell. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Morning, Board. Excuse me, Josh Holt from the Central Garage. This is just to purchase our new line painting truck for traffic department. The one we have is about 15 years old. And it is, since our city is growing and our roads are getting much bigger, the one we have now, the guys during this shift have to go back to traffic department to refill it. And sometimes in a day or even a shift, they have to go back 2 or 3 times. This new machine is much larger. It has almost double the capacity. Make them much more efficient. They can get more more striping done. It's kind of crazy to think how many stripes that they make every day, but it's quite a lot. And with this machine, it'll make them much more efficient.
Any
I have an
questions?
important question.
Yeah.
Will it paint big, wide touchdown markings for a runway?
I would imagine, but I can find that out and get it to you, Andy. Yeah. It's a pretty versatile machine.
Great.
Okay, no more questions from the board? So hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Board.
Okay. Okay, so let's see here. I would entertain a motion to award bid number 25-08, 2025 Contract Paving Project 1 to Reith Riley, who submitted the lowest responsive bid with a contract price in the amount of $637,313.17.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. At this time, I would open the meeting up to any public participation. Anyone in the room or online want to speak? Okay, doesn't look like it. So I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned.